Hey guys, welcome back to the Cocco channel and to another tutorial Tuesday. For the first time in so long, we are doing a hair tutorial. When I get into the tutorial, I am barefaced just because I was like, I always do my hair first because I feel like it lessens the chance of messing up my makeup. So it is just this hair. Next week, I will show you this look on my face. So it's really easy. All you need is a hair tie, a headband, elastic headband specifically, and some bobby pins. It takes just a couple of minutes. You could do it with your hair wet or dry, preferably dry. It just looks better when it has a little bit more volume, unless you're not into volume. So let's go ahead and get into it. I don't need to explain what I'm about to show you anyways. If you guys would like to see more hair tutorials, let me know down below. I'm not the best at hair, but I'll come up with some stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Cocco. You are watching the Cocco channel. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye! Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am gonna do my hair first. Like I told you guys in the intro, anytime I wear this hairstyle, I get a ton of questions on it, and so I thought I would just share it with you, especially Miss Amy. Anytime I wear it, she's like, I want to know how to do that. I've done it before in tutorials on my channel, but we'll just do an updated version. It is so easy and so quick. So I let my hair naturally air dry. This is also a really great hairstyle if you wanted to kind of cut back on your heat a little bit. So I am putting in some of the Eva NYC Surfs Up Texture Spray. Just to make it a little bit more thicker. And then what I'm going to do is tease the top of my head just a little bit. And this isn't necessary for everyone. I have troubles with my hair not going back a little, and it lays very flat to my head. So if you have natural volume, you probably won't have to do this, but my hair is like very set in its ways, I feel like, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna tease a little bit at the crown of my head. And maybe just a little bit up here, because again, I don't like it. To me, I like just a little bit of volume. I don't like the look of it like laying so close to my head. So all you're gonna need is an elastic headband of your choice, whatever floats your boat. Probably the easiest way is to have a little bit of a thinner one. Like, you don't want like maybe a 2 or 3 inch thick, depending on your hair, especially. If you have like thin and short hair, you're gonna want a smaller headband. So I am just going to place it on my head like this, kind of like that boho look going straight across my forehead. And then you're gonna need a good amount of bobby pins, again depending on the thickness and the length of your hair. So what I'm going to do is, I always start right behind my ear. I'm going to take this section, make sure it's laying nicely, and I'm just going to twist it away from my face and tuck it in right down there. And you can see that this strand lays right into the next section I'm going to grab. I do thicker sections because I feel like it gives you a more beautiful curl. I don't do a ton of thinner, and you'll see why. It's hard to explain without showing you. So again, just twisting it, and I'm doing it away from my face and just tucking it right into the side. Like, this hairstyle is so easy that you don't even need a mirror for it until the end. So I do about 3 sections on each side, and then I leave the back as like one big section. So I'm just going to repeat the same steps on the other side. So starting right behind my ear, making sure it's laying nice and flat, which is going to help me when I go to finalize everything. You don't want like bumps and lumps. in your like little twist. So again, taking the next section and making sure I'm grabbing the previous section, making sure it's nice and flat and no bumps or lumps, and just twisting nice and smooth. And this will be my last section. Okay, so it should have something like this, and don't worry about like if you have bumps up here, because you're gonna kind of smooth everything out once we do movement on the headband. So I'm just going to take the back section and tuck it in. There's no twisting in this part, so I just take it and tuck it in just like that. Alright, so see how there's like kind of bumps right there? It's gonna move anyways when you go to move your headband. Now you do have the choice of leaving this like this. Personally, I never do, just because it's really uncomfortable and it's not a look that I go for, like that boho. But if that's your style, like rock it, girlfriend. So then what I'm gonna do is you kind of use your fingers as lace work. And so I'm just going to smooth this out and tuck it some more, and as I'm tucking the front into the back, I'm also smoothing the back. So just kind of finalizing everything before you start to pin. So I like these front sections to be up a little bit higher. Number one, because it's just my preference, but number two, I have bangs, and so the higher up, the better they're gonna stay put throughout the day. That makes sense. If you have bangs, you're gonna want to follow that advice. So I'm just tucking. And like I said, I like my hair to go backwards. I don't like it being split down the middle all the way to the back. So I want to make sure that my hair from about here is like going to the back. And so again, just as I'm smoothing out to the front, I'm also smoothing out the back. And I'm just doing that with my fingers, just pulling it down and tucking it under the headband. Okay, so I'm just going to start pinning things, and I kind of bunch my bangs together and pin those first before I start pinning my actual rolls. And I sometimes use like a decorative bobby pin, because typically that's going to be the one that you see. All the other ones are not going to be visible at all. So what I do is, number one, the type of bobby pins that I use are the twisted ones, because my hair is very oily. Even on wash days, it doesn't hold on to bobby pins, and so these ones that are twisted on top, I feel like stay in my hair much more. Okay, so what I do is kind of make a loop, so when you're pinning it, it's not going to, again, lay flat to your head. You kind of want that volume, and that's what's going to give you like that kind of vintage look that you know, women used to do in like the 50s and 60s when they used to pin their hair. And so I take my finger and just start in different loops. Again, the first one, I'm gonna go a little bit higher because of, again, I don't want my bangs to be slipping out all day and like falling in my face. And so I just pin the loop, and it goes down into the next loop where it is not visible. I leave this one just a little bit visible because, again, because it has like that little gem on it. It's cute. So again, I'm going to tuck this a little bit because I don't want it to fall out. And I'm going to stick my finger through the loop and just pin it. And it goes right back down into the next little kind of swirl, twist. So I make sure that it's exactly how I want it. See, all this hair is sticking out, which I'm not a fan of. And this little like space right here is getting kind of funky. So I'm just going to tuck it to make sure it's all even. I'm going to take this bobby pin and stick it on the inside of the next loop. So you're kind of like pushing it up against your head with your finger to make that loop and then pinning it. Now I stop right about here at the neck area because I don't want to pin the very back, because when I'm doing this side I'm still going to be twirling it and pushing the excess hair to the back, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start on the neck side. And I don't know why my left side has always been like my the way I have like a heavier part most of the time, and so I always leave like the decorative one on this way, but I don't do it on this side. So I'm gonna go up higher. See, like I can already tell that that one's gonna fall out. Okay. So I'm going to make my loop. You can kind of manipulate it to match side to side, but that is the hairstyle in a nutshell. It usually takes me about maybe 5, 10 at the most if my hair is being difficult. Obviously when you're doing a tutorial and stopping and explaining everything and having to move for different views and stuff like that, it takes a little bit longer. That is it for this tutorial Tuesday. I know I'm barefaced, but I am doing another tutorial right after this for makeup. We're gonna try some new products, so that'll probably be up next week. So that is it. Super easy hairstyle, especially for summer coming up. The last thing you wanna do is put more heat on your hair. And especially if like maybe you have to wear your hair up, if you're like Miss Amy and you're in nursing school or something like that. This is super easy, super quick, requires no heat, and there is like a bonus to this when you take your hair out. Like maybe you put this on during the day and you're going out at night. If you take it out, you have these beautiful ringlet curls and you can kind of like brush your fingers through them and you have like curled hair, and you again didn't put any heat on it. So little tips and tricks for hair, especially during the summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you want to see more hair videos, let me know. I can do that. And if you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany Cocco. You are watching the Cocco channel. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!